WordPad does not support. Okay, fine. All right, let's get into it. The currency of limitation, courtesy of CPod. Also, thank you for the bits. It is no secret that human beings determine value through limitation. Advertisers have utilized the principle for decades, luring customers with limited supplies and limited time offers. Economists live by this principle as well. The law of supply and demand means as much to investors as the law of gravity does to a rocket scientist. We all experience it this spring when suddenly people were standing in line to pay double or triple for a few rolls of toilet paper. We value that which is in limited supply, or rather, we value what we recognize to be in limited supply. It can be confusing. Time, for example, may be our most precious commodity, but it is abstract. We can't put it in our pockets or deposit it into our bank account. We only acknowledge it as a commodity when it runs short. When I was a boy, my dad told me that nothing was more valuable than time because it is limited, and also most importantly, because it is non-renewable. Bob Dylan is in one of his most played songs once sang, odds and ends, lost time is not found again. Dad and Bob Dylan are right, of course. We all know this intuitively, but out here in the real world, we live as though we have forgotten. Reminders come occasionally, and usually they are carried in a tide of great loss. Even as I write this, my wife is probably saying goodbye to her mother for the last time. She drove to Northeast Oklahoma 2 weeks ago because her 91-year-old mom is dying. When she got the call from her older sister that prompted the trip, it didn't matter to my wife that she had just seen her months before, or that her mom might not even recognize her when she arrived. She decided to drop everything and go because she knew that her mother's time on this earth was running out. More to the point, the time she had left to spend with her mom, to say what she wanted to say and share what she wanted to share, was nearly gone. Limitation teaches us what is valuable. The first cookie out of the bag is good, but we don't savor it the way we savor the last one. As a child, I habitually lavished long stretches of summer days, doing next to nothing, only to cram the final week leading up to school with as many trips to the mall and to the beach as I could. There is a paradox in this, though. We value what is limited: money, time, even toilet paper. However, is this principle exclusively true, or is it just a trick of perspective and faulty measurement? The principle of scarcity teaches us to chase after and safeguard what we perceive to be limited, or at least the tangible commodities. For intangible commodities like time, we can only lament their loss. However, we're reading our submissions, and this one is from my dad, so it's a little bit personal, so I will stop crying soon, I think. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. That actually probably helped. However, isn't it true that the genuinely valuable things in life are both infinite and unlimited? Love, compassion, empathy, faithfulness, forgiveness, and kindness. There are no limits to any of these. They are renewable. They are self-sustaining and even self-perpetuating. Loving people today actually makes it easier to love them tomorrow. And if that love is reciprocated, the capacity to love grows exponentially on both sides of the exchange. Show people some kindness and empathy, and more often than not, your kindness and empathy are reflected, even multiplied. They return them to you and share them with others. If any limits are attached to these virtues, they are self-imposed. Removing them is always a choice. We are powerless to hold the limitation placed on us like commodities we universally value. All the plans of hoarding, all the scheming and saving are busy work. We give ourselves as a paper shield against fear. All the while, in the choices to exercise our most noble virtues, we hold within us a never-ending, exponentially multiplying trove of treasure. It is limitless in both volume and in its potential for good in this world. To unleash this treasure, we need only to teach ourselves to think differently about what is valuable and why. Diamonds are valuable because they are rare. Oxygen, on the other hand, is everywhere. If you could only have one, which would you choose? Jeez, that was a tough one. If you're wondering why I started writing, this is why. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. Nothing like some Chris Brown to lighten the mood. Love to the dish fam. Losing a parent is hard always. Flashback to my dad getting the phone call about his dad. I empathize so much. Your dad's writing is a soul hug. Yeah, seriously. Shout out inspirational fathers who push you to do what you want. Thank you for inspiring Dish and all of us. Yeah, Dad, your effect is rippling because, you know, the only reason you're the huge reason why I started writing and saw the value in it, and Mom too. Like, my parents are both artists. My mom is a musician. We stand the Dish fam. Show and tell is the reason I write, so thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. And I hope you're doing okay. Dad. I am a mess. Dang it. This is not fair because all you guys are out. All of you guys are at the screen and I have a freaking cam on me right now. Fastest tears in the West. Nothing like Dad telling you that he's proud of you to make you cry immediately. I didn't wake up this morning prepared for this. Me neither. I was prepared for emotions, but not this many. How am I supposed to follow this up? Well, this is also from someone who's been writing for many decades, so don't let this discourage you. Let it encourage you. VC is a mess of daddy issues. I would hug all of you if I could. Thank you, Dad. Currency of limitation. I need to read this again when my eyes aren't filled with tears.